Right, it's telling us we've only got an hour. It looks like it's telling us we have an hour of storage left at this resolution we're using. I don't remember how much storage we have on this phone. I don't think it's the big one. I think it's the 128 gig. I don't know if it's 256 or if they had 512 for this phone, because I think I got the lower one of the two that were offered, or that was might have been the only one that was available in the color I wanted. But I didn't really think I was going to need a lot of storage, because I'm mostly doing live stream. There's a little airplane just went over. So this is part 2 of our deer spotting video. We had a Twitch stream and then turned around and then I started the videos. The video's a lot nicer though, because the stabilization actually works when you're using the camera, but it doesn't work when you're on a third-party app or second-party app or whatever they call it. The settings don't go through. There are footsteps here. Is that just a squirrel? I can't see in there because there's a little hill, and then I get the sun in my eyes, and there's a big giant pile of logs. Could just be some kind of critter in this log pile, like a woodchuck or something. Man, of course it's got to be right where the sun is right in my eyes. It could have been a deer that shot off, that was standing there on that little rise, but I don't see it. They don't usually run off and just keep going. They'll go and then they'll kind of stop if they want to hang around, but would make sense for one to be around here because the stream is right here. Could have came to get a drink of water. I don't know, maybe we'll see something in the replay. I'll take a look. Let's see, we're only 3 minutes into this first one, so it's getting a little cold. Should be okay without a hat. But there's no battery indicator when you're running video. There should be a little, maybe like a battery usage on the camera, but we're still, I think we were at around 19%. Here's the other side of so this was the first stream, right? The far stream. Then there's another one up here. There's just the road. This is where the road crossing is. And there's a stream on the other side. So here's a little hill you can walk up. I see a lot of snow in there. It looks like there's a big opening back in there. No, that's just the road. It's not an opening or nothing. It's just where the road crossing is. It's in the middle of the week, so if people are gonna do a nature walk or something, they'd probably be coming around this time. I think I'm gonna put my hat back on. Let's see. I can wedge this camera right here. Little tree wedge. The camera will stay there. Let's see, where's my hat? That's a nice thing to do if you're fishing, though, to wedge your phone in a little tree or something. Go. I could stick a tripod handle on here too if I wanted to. So now we're back at civilization here. Get over across this road and then we'll have our other half. We'll avoid the road. We'll go take our little shortcut. So across here, keep our eyes open around the sharp corner right there. It's a 15-mile-an-hour corner, but like I always say, ain't no one doing 15. You're gonna be going as fast as they possibly can around that corner. And hopefully their car it's got the handling capability. So we're gonna duck. Let's see, where's our... This is all wet here. Let's cut through right here. Watch out for the thicket and the stickers. My left shoe got wet. I must have stepped in that little patch of water. Right around then is when my arm starts getting tired. I'm pretty good with my left hand too, though. See, there is actually a big opening on this side of the road. Big opening in the woods there where you could probably hike your way in there, and I think you can connect back with the woods that we're heading towards. No wildlife to be seen. Not even a squirrel. did hear something. Could have been a deer. But it could have just been a noisy. There's a deer right there. See, it gets blurry when you get up on him. Let's kind of walk leisurely towards him. He's looking right at me. There's no wind, so he definitely saw me. I'm wearing a black coat. If I was wearing a camo, he might not have spotted me. That's a pretty good size. That's a doe. I don't see any antlers. Now he's pointing my way. He's looking down here. I wonder if he wants to come this way. See, he's looking at me. But he can cut through these woods to the right here if he wants to go back to that back part. But if you don't make any sudden moves, they won't really make a run for it. They'll just kind of leave. Surprising just to see one though. But looks like I got my timing right though. And look at him, look at her big ears sticking up, bringing in all that sound. Tail wagging. No, don't go in. Yeah, she's going in. It's too bad it didn't pop out, because sometimes they'll pop out right in front of you. They'll just be, or if you're coming around a corner. Surprising just to see one doe though. We got to keep our eyes open, because usually you'll see one of them. You'll see the lead, some does come out, and then you'll see other smaller ones, and then maybe even the fawns behind them, or you'll see a buck leading them, and then the does, and then any fawns. Sometimes the fawns are a little playful though, and they'll just go running across. But there's usually a group. So I think it went right in this opening here, and we kind of turn away from the road here. So I'm surprised to see one this close to the going back to the parking area. See, I think it went in here, and it's pretty much invisible now. They don't go that far. There it goes. It just spotted me and took off. I see its white tail. It's surprising it's by itself. Unless it was just going back to where the other ones were. Went back in there, but they're not going to make a lot of noise. They're just going to creep away and walk away. So it came through this little opening right here. But I don't know that this is, yeah, you can see it's definitely a deer trail. It's had some use to it, so I hear it walking up there. And the sun is getting pretty low. So I'll have to remember this spot in case I want to look down deer trail on either side, but they'll be invisible on this still, on that side. But that's pretty much how it is. See, if I was on that other, if I was on the stream, I could have switched to the other camera, and I might have been able to get a clear video of that. But they're going to be more active now that that sun is coming down, because they usually don't walk around in the bright sunlight. But when the shade, they get some shade, they'll be walking around. But he went down that trail. Surprising there was only one though. And we got a group of people. We got lucky too, because they would have spooked that deer. Well, but we're coming back to the parking lot. So maybe we'll check out that little pond over there. Who knows? Maybe a deer will pop out over there. I don't think I have anything to drink in the car. These guys definitely would have spooked that deer if I would have came about 5 minutes later or something like that. Or it would have just crossed and I wouldn't have even seen it. It would have just shot across. Saw them and shot across. Oh, we're right at the parking area. All right, so we actually saw some wildlife today. Nicely done. I think that was about 15 minutes in to the part 2 of our video here. I'm just going to check out that pond for a second. Just kind of walk back in there. Maybe a deer will pop out. Got some people cut across this grass here. Try to stay away from civilization. Big goose over there. See, that's where that deer was, in those woods back in there, and it came out onto the trail. But that's all dense woods all back in there. So it's plenty of woods for them to hide out in. Just trying to clean a little dirt off our shoes with the snow. Let's see. I ate lunch already, so I mean, it'd be nice to walk that edge back there. But I think we're gonna walk around this pond over here. Once we get towards the back, maybe we'll get lucky and the deer will pop out. I don't need this hat anymore. recreational planes flying over. Those little Cessnas or whatever you call them. Looks like there's still some ice on this pond. But it's pretty much all melted. But there's a field back here. I can't think if there's houses back on the other side of this. But if we go around the edge of this pond here, could possibly see something. Maybe a deer getting water back here that popped out of these woods in the back here and came to the pond to drink. Got about 20 minutes on this video, so we'll probably be wrapping this one up pretty soon. I have to mark that spot where that deer was, even though we didn't really get a good close-up shot of it. Yeah, this water's all frozen back here because this is really shallow part back here, though. I guess it's all shallow. I guess it just depends. I'm not really sure why seemed like the deeper pond in the front was melted, and then this part back here is melted. Maybe we'll get some new drone footage back here. I don't know if we're gonna fish in here though, because if anything, you might see a bluegill. But so this is, it looks like it's a big open field back here. Let's see what the sign says. I don't think it says no fishing. I'm pretty sure you can fish in here, because there is a sign that tells you what kind of fish are in here, or the fish that are in the area. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're in this pond. I'm pretty sure I've caught bass and bluegill in here. The sun's right at me right now. Just wanted to see. Yeah, there's a sign of the fish and what you can take up here. I don't think there's any walleye, pike. Might be catfish in there. I don't remember if I ever got crappie in there. Not much back here to look at. This looks like it would be a marshy area here. if there was any water. Here's something, but I don't think that's water flowing. But if it rains enough, this might be. Looks like it was a marshy area. This would be a nice little grazing area for deer to come out and graze this area. But you got all those woods there. And where we saw that one pop out, that was by the near stream. Just past the near streams where we saw that one go across. Not anything going on over here. So just coming to the picnic area. What happened? My screen just went black.